stronger grip, a bulletproof core, and real-world strength, without a single machine. Most people think strength only comes from the bench, the squat rack, or a cable stack. But here's the truth. Machines train your muscles in isolation, moving in one fixed path. Real life doesn't work that way. Carrying groceries, hauling luggage, catching yourself when you trip, none of that happens on a guided track. That's where loaded carries come in. They train your grip, your core, your shoulders, and your legs all at once, under real, unstable load, which is exactly what your body deals with outside the gym. So today I'm going to show you 5 carries that build more usable real-world strength than any machine ever will. And one small adjustment that makes every single carry safer and more effective. Let's get started. Before we get into the exercises, here's something you need to understand. Machines are built to remove instability. They lock your joints into one path so a single muscle group can work in isolation. Carries do the opposite. They force your entire body, grip, core, shoulders, hips, legs, to work together to keep a load stable while you move. That's why carries are often called loaded movement, not just exercise. And it's why strength coaches and physical therapists rely on them so heavily for real-world transfer. Let's begin with number 5. Exercise number 5, suitcase carry. Most people ignore this one because it looks too simple. Hold a single dumbbell or kettlebell in one hand at your side and walk. That's it. But here's what's actually happening. Your core has to fight to stop your body from tipping sideways. That's your obliques and spinal stabilizers working overtime, exactly like they do when you carry a suitcase, a bag of groceries, or a toddler on one hip. Here's the mistake. Most people lean toward the weight to make it easier. Instead, stay tall. Brace your core like someone's about to poke you in the stomach, and resist the pull. Small adjustment, much bigger benefit. And speaking of grip demands, the next carry pushes that even further. Exercise number 4, farmer's carry. If I could only choose one carry, this would be very close to the top. Hold a heavy dumbbell or kettlebell in each hand and walk. Simple in concept, brutal in execution. Farmer's carries build crushing grip strength, thick traps, and a core that holds steady under heavy load. Because both sides are loaded evenly, you're mostly fighting to keep your torso upright and your shoulders from rounding forward. Many people rush the steps to get it over with. Instead, take controlled, deliberate steps. Keep your shoulders back and down, not shrugged up around your ears. That cue alone changes how much your traps and upper back actually work. Now let's move into a carry that trains stability nobody expects. Exercise number 3, front rack carry. The front rack carry doesn't get nearly enough attention, and that's a mistake. Hold 1 or 2 kettlebells at shoulder height, elbows tucked, and walk. This position demands serious core bracing to stay upright, since the load sits in front of your center of gravity instead of at your sides. It also strengthens the same rack position used in cleans and front squats, so it directly transfers to other lifts, not just daily life. Keep your elbows up, your ribs down, and avoid leaning back to compensate. Done properly, this carry humbles people fast. But if you want a carry that also protects your shoulders long-term, the next one deserves your attention. Exercise number 2, overhead carry. Many people avoid pressing weight overhead, let alone walking with it. But the overhead carry builds shoulder stability, core control, and the kind of full-body tension that keeps your shoulders healthy under load, not just strong in a straight line. The biggest mistake? Letting the weight drift forward or the ribcage flare out. Instead, use a lighter weight than you think you need. Stack the dumbbell directly over your shoulder and hip, and keep your ribs pulled down. Sometimes less weight, held correctly, builds far more control than heavier weight held poorly. Now let's finish with the most demanding carry on this list. Exercise number 1, Zercher carry. If you've never tried the Zercher carry, you're missing out. And you'll feel it everywhere. Cradle a sandbag, kettlebell, or barbell in the crook of your elbows and walk. This carry hammers your core, upper back, and biceps simultaneously while forcing near-perfect posture just to keep the load from crushing your arms. Because the weight sits so close to your center of gravity, you can load it heavier than most other carries, which means more total body tension, more grip demand, and more carryover to picking up and moving awkward, heavy objects in real life. Start light. This one punishes ego lifting quickly. The 3 biggest mistakes. Before you leave, avoid these 3. First, holding your breath the entire carry. Breathe steadily while staying braced. Don't just lock up and hope for the best. Second, letting your posture collapse halfway through. If your shoulders round or your hips sag, the set is over, even if your legs can still walk. Third, choosing distance over load. A short, heavy carry with good posture builds more strength than dragging out a long, sloppy one. Can loaded carries really build more real-world strength than a machine? For grip, core stability, and full body tension under unstable load, yes, and it's not close. Will machines still have their place for building raw muscle in a controlled way? Of course. But don't underestimate what a simple walk with a heavy weight in your hand can do. Choose carries that challenge you from different positions, side-loaded, front-loaded, overhead, and progressively add weight or distance over time. Because real-world strength doesn't care how much you can bench. It cares whether you can pick something heavy and awkward and carry it where it needs to go. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe for more science-based fitness content, and let me know in the comments which carry challenges your grip the most. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.